Personally, I think setbacks are a chance to grow, really. I think if it's a setback that isn't caused by an injury or something out of my control, say if first team player needs to step down, it puts me out of a position. I think it's just accepting the fact that that's not necessarily on me, and I think it allows me to learn off those people that have come down, or learn what maybe I can do to maybe help my recovery plan if it's with an injury. Setbacks, they're going to come. I think it's very typical for players to have that, so it's just how really you react, and I think having a good support system around you is very important to allow you to do that.
The end of 2023, I think, coming off the back of the medal in 2021, I felt like my career was just going to propel and take off, and literally since I won that medal I just had so much injury and illness. It's made me question a lot whether Tokyo was my time and I should have retired. And when my dad passed away in November 2023, I really evaluated whether I'd wanted to do this anymore, and I think those for me were the most challenging periods of my career.
There was a period where there was like 3 or 4 months that just the rehab wasn't going well. It was just sort of plateauing. So I was studying full time at the time as well. I was playing for Queensland, and we had a sort of unofficial learn or earn policy, which was like you either had to be learning outside of cricket or earning some money outside of cricket. I was sort of studying 1 or 2 subjects before injury. Obviously the injury, I ramped that up to full time. So yeah, just put my focuses into study and probably helped the rehab really, because I had something else to sort of channel my energy into. But yeah, thought that I might not get back at some stage. That was pretty difficult to comprehend.
I had points where I knew I was in amazing shape and I just couldn't make it work. There was things just not clicking. And I think you had to get down to that horrible spot where it was just like, you're scraping it, why is this not happening? To kind of come out of it and then reassess and set goals. And then that was the sweetest thing, is when you come out of those and perform. And then towards the end of my career, where I was just like, I was racing against people who I knew I'd been beaten all my life. I'd never even been considered these times. Even as a kid, I finished my career and I was like, my season's best as a 16, 17-year-old was better than what I finished at the end of my career. So that was tough. But I still loved what I did. I still loved being out there.
There was almost this conscious realisation that was forced upon me from the injuries or the situation, or in fact not just the situation but how I felt around the situation, which was a loss of meaning actually. You know, a loss of meaning for what this all means. What does this game mean if I'm hurt all the time? What does it mean if I'm not contributing to this thing? And I lost a massive sense of purpose, and ultimately when I look back now, the way I framed it and the way that I felt about it was I was depressed and I was anxious, but I see it now as being like messengers from my authentic self, from who I am, to say, look, you've got to find something here. You've got to find and locate that source of resilience that's inside you, you know, and for me, that I see it as a positive, you know. I'm sort of grateful for those experiences because it pushed me out of my comfort zone of it being simple.
Yeah, one of the hardest things in life is when something feels out of our control. As humans, we're always searching for control. We want certainty. We want to be in the driver's seat. And when something happens in life that takes away that control, takes away, well, no, I want to go and do this. I want to pursue this career. But say if an injury happens, or we've been told that actually, you know, you don't have what it takes to get there, then all of a sudden we find ourselves in the back seat of our own lives. And what comes with that is fear. It's a lot of fear because, well, our context has been taken away. The way that you understand yourself in this world, the way that you've imagined and dreamt your future, that changes. Our connection gets taken away, and suddenly, all of a sudden, we're no longer having the same routine, seeing the same people every day. We're no longer able to connect with people about things that we love and care about and that bring us joy in the same way as we did before. And it's happening overnight, and it's not our choice. And we know that choice is one of the biggest factors towards whether we can feel safe in our body. And that's not whether we're physically safe, that's an embodiment of safety. Do I feel safe right now to be who I am? And when choice is taken away, that's a massive factor in no longer feeling safe. So when something like an injury or deselection happens, that's out of our control. What I'd urge any athlete to do is look for context, look for connection, and make choices that put you back in that driving seat of your own life. And that may mean having to accept that the future's going to look different.